When I went through previous economic declines, the dot-com bust of 2001 and the economic downturn of 2008, I noticed there were two types of leaders and leadership groups in the talks that I was giving at the time. There were those who were absolutely immersed in the doom and gloom and just how bad things were. And that's where you might find yourself right now as the markets unfold and as this very complex new world evolves around us at an absolutely furious pace. But then I met a lot of leaders, a lot of CEOs, a lot of senior executives who were of the mindset that, look, we've been here before. We know this is something that we've got to ride out. And so we've got to be of a mindset that we've got short-term goals that we need to pursue to get through this thing. But look, we got to keep our eye on the eight ball. We've got to keep our eye on the long-term substantive transformative trends, which are really going to change our world in very fundamental ways. Look, they were focused on optimism. They were focused on sharing optimism. They were focused on looking at the opportunities that were yet to come, rather than letting themselves fall prey to the massive scope of the current challenge. And look, 2008, when the market was unwinding as it was, there were a lot of folks who really got obviously very, very immersed in the very difficult circumstances going on at that time, and yet somehow they managed to keep their eye on the long-term substantive trends. Look, we know that there are massive opportunities driven by science, by technology, by the collective mind that is out there, by all of these trends that we've been talking about for the last 10 or 20 years. These trends have not gone away. They might have been slowed, they've been postponed, organizations are scrambling to figure out what to do, but they are still there. The trends, the opportunities, the transformative, disruptive time in which we find ourselves, that has not gone away. So what you really need to do is you need to define yourself by the optimism that you can carry as to where we're going to go forward in the future, rather than by the pessimism, rather than by the doom and gloom. You can become subsumed by that. Optimism is oxygen. Remember that key phrase, and that's one of the most important leadership attributes that you can adopt as we continue to go into this very fast evolving, very complex new world. That's it for now. Futurist Jim Carroll from the Home Broadcast Studio. Checking again tomorrow. Another one of these series which I'm making up on the fly.